Hey everyone, this is my first live video to my group, my first live video ever, and I just wanted to kind of let everybody know what's going on with maintenance. I know a lot of you are starting maintenance and have been in maintenance for the past week, so I wanted to cover some questions that have come up this last week. I'm just outside at the track. I'm lucky enough to have a track nearby, and it's a lot colder out here than I thought, but getting some sun, so I'm walking and talking, which brings me to the question about exercise during maintenance and beyond. So we definitely want you to be moving and to be exercising. So that's really important because that people are sedentary and sitting. They said now is like the new smoking. It's like worse than smoking. So you want to get moving, and whatever you've done in the past, just step it up a notch, you know? So if you're like not doing any exercise at all, then just start with walking, you know, just get your body moving. But what I recommend, if you're used to working out, what I recommend is high intensity interval training. If some of you have heard of that, it's called HIIT training. And you really don't have to do a ton of it. I'm gonna do it right now at the track. I'm just gonna warm up for a couple laps here. And then all you need to do is you need to do high intensity for 30 to 60 seconds. And then you just take it down to a lower intensity for maybe 1 to 2 minutes until you recover. So for example, what I'm going to do around the track after I warm up is I'm going to sprint or run as hard as I can for 30 to 60 seconds, which is probably going to be about a half a lap for me. And you can kind of gauge that until you just can't do it anymore, like you're exhausted. So I always say go until you can't and rest until you can again. So for me, that's probably going to be about a half lap around. And you don't have to have a track, you can do it in your living room. You could do it at your hotel, Lisa. You can do high knees in place. You can do jumping jacks, anything that's going to increase your intensity for only 30 to 60 seconds. Do that 4 or 5 times and then cool down. And you're done. I mean, that's simple, right? It's not going to take you longer than a half an hour. So you don't need to be on the treadmill for an hour or 2 hours, or just, you know, going out for a super long 5-mile run, right? Because we've learned that it's not calories burned and calories in versus calories out. And with this, it's the type of exercise you're doing. So high intensity interval training and weight resistance training, anything that's going to help build more lean muscle mass. So what high intensity interval training does is it helps to balance, improve some of your hormones, like insulin. It helps with insulin resistance. It also helps to improve growth hormone. It increases your metabolic rate, right? So after you finish with a high intensity interval workout, you have what's called like an afterburn. So if you were to walk or to run on a treadmill after that workout, that's it. Your metabolism slows back down and you're back to like your normal basal metabolic rate. But after a HIIT workout, that metabolism stays up higher for longer. So who doesn't want that, right? To have your metabolism raised for longer. And that's going to help, you know, with burning calories, but also with help tapping into fat stores. So burning fat. I know I'm missing something else there, but anyhow, if you haven't done it, add that to your routine. If you think that running on a treadmill, you know, for 30 to 45 minutes, you know, is still your thing, then we need to have a talk and you need to try this high intensity interval training. It doesn't have to be a sprint. It's just to whatever your capacity is. What else did I want to talk about? If you still want to, maintenance phase, right? If you still want to intermittent fast, you can. And think about like at least a 12-hour fast. So you eat dinner maybe at 7 o'clock and then you don't eat breakfast till 7 a.m. So that's a 12-hour fast. If you want to go a little longer, you can, but don't think you have to, right? So you want to increase your caloric intake now. A lot of you guys were tracking your calorie intake, and it was probably about 500 calories a day. So it wasn't really that much. So for women, you want to boost that up you want to boost it up another at least 1,100 calories or so a day. More if you're going to be adding exercise. So whatever exercise you do, you want to increase your caloric intake to meet that need. because you know, you don't want to send your body the signal that you are at a deficit, right? A caloric deficit. So you can do an intermittent fast, but listen to your cues. If you're hungry, you know, check in, say, okay, first of all, am I thirsty? And if you're thirsty, a lot of times we mistake thirst for hunger. So first, you know, drink first thing in the morning, drink, you know, a good 8 ounces of water at least. And then check in again. And if you're hungry, eat. You know, I mean, it's that simple. Just make sure you get a good protein, still lots of vegetables that has fiber, right? And if you want to add fat to it, right, because that's going to help with our hunger also and help maintain our satiety, right? Help us stay fuller for longer. Then go ahead and add that, but just don't go overboard, right? It's not like you can have a whole avocado 3 times a day. Maybe you'll have a quarter to a half of avocado once a day. People were asking about eggs. So you can have eggs as long as you're not intolerant to eggs, and just start off slowly. Again, like 1 egg, maybe 2 eggs, make sure they're cooked well, and start that off, you know, once or twice a week and see how you feel. So all this is, you know, your body is not a bank account, right? It's not calories in versus calories out. Your body is more like a chemistry lab. So you kind of have to see what inputs you're putting into your body, your brain, your food, you know, all of that, and see how your body responds to it, right? So we have to listen to our body's cues, and we have to feed it what it needs. Otherwise, we're going to be off, right? We're going to be off kilter. So that's all I can really think about for today. If you have any questions, you know, just let me know, and we'll talk to you soon. I don't know how to turn this off, so let me try to figure this out. Have a good one.